Hey guys, it's Ryu from Team Selfless, and in this video I'm going to go over a good angle versus a bad angle with the intention of setting up angles that allow you and a teammate to double peek the opponent. I'm going to use an example of an angle that I see all the time on Mirage. It's something that we've struggled as a team with. Sometimes we take this fight when we probably shouldn't, but it happens at all levels of play from open through pro. Now, the best teams are going to have a lot of discipline when it comes to things like this. You'll see a lot of the top teams are going to double peek way more frequently than kind of the semi-pro and lower teams. So this is an angle that, again, it's going to be on Catwalk on Mirage, but it's something that applies to all maps. The hardest part about this is figuring out what these angles are in real time. You'll watch this video and you'll know, like, okay, this is a bad angle to peek on Catwalk, and maybe you won't peek it anymore. Maybe you're the Catwalk player and this will be the best video you've ever watched. But when it comes to other maps and figuring it out in the round, in the moment, it's going to take a little bit of work, and it's something that you should keep in mind as you're playing. So the angle is probably not going to be precise. I don't know why bot Toby just refuses to turn around. Shut up, Toby. But this is the general idea of the angle that you don't want to take. And the reason for this is it's way more difficult to double peek this guy in that angle. Maybe if I push Mr. Toby back a little bit. No, that's not back. There we go. It's way more difficult for someone to double peek this guy with you. Whereas if you were to wait and maybe you're spotting this angle, right? And the reason for that is when the guy gets to here, the angle that you were just holding against this shadow, you can see he's a little bit more in the open for a teammate to be able to peek this with you. And then even better still, especially in a post plant, if you're T side and let's say you planted the bomb here, right? You know that this guy has to push up. So there is no reason you should be taking this fight. You should listen for when he comes out into this general area, or you can even spot a really, really safe off angle. And when this player gets into this area, so let's say like he's back this way, then you can easily set up a double peek between you and a teammate, because now he's exposed from here, he's exposed from here, he's exposed to here, he's going to be exposed to anybody in the side or anybody at the bench. You can probably even see him from this angle all the way over here. And again, this is just one example, right? But being able to peek this guy with two guns, you should come out on top of this the vast majority of the time, and then worst case, you'll trade 1 for 1. Whereas if you're playing this angle, and let's move Toby back over here. Come here, Toby. If you're playing, did it put him in the ground? Yeah, it did. Weird. If you're playing this angle, right, and maybe the player, maybe this is a retake and this is a CT coming for the bomb, and he sees a T peek and he just hits you, two straight bullets in the head and you're dead. There's no trade. There's no trade that's going to occur. Now you have the information of where he is, but now he just took you out for free. So you always want to make sure when you're playing CT side, or especially post plant on T side, that your positioning and the angles and the fights that you're taking are intelligent. You don't want to just take it to take it. You want to make sure that maybe you're holding an angle like this, or maybe you're spotting this, but you're spotting it kind of safe like this, where you're just seeing, okay, he crossed. Can you double peek with me right now? And then you peek together and you kill him. Those are the types of things that you want to set up, as opposed to potentially losing the round or losing a site or failing the retake or failing to hold the site because you're getting a little bit too aggressive with the fights and the angles that you're taking. And that's it. So like I said, this is just one example of an angle. Hopefully this is helpful. There's a lot of other angles on a lot of different maps. It's something that you're going to figure out over time. And as you focus and emphasize taking 2v1 battles with 2 people peeking 1 player, you'll figure out more and more of those angles as you continue to play, as long as you keep that top of mind. So my advice to you would be, for the next day or two in your practices or your scrims or even in pickup games, work on trying to have somebody peek an angle with you and figure out good angles that you can then hold, so that when you see somebody cross to that, you can call and set up that double peek. And the results should be pretty good for you. Appreciate you watching. Any questions, comments, concerns, complaints, insults, please leave them in the comment section on YouTube. And I'll see you next time. Appreciate you watching.